We are going live, I guess. I think the recording thing is there. So, hello everybody. This is the 20th of July, 2015. And this is yet another SUMO community meeting. And today we're going to have a semi-light agenda, but I think there's lots of interesting nominations for contributors of the week, so that's going to be really cool to walk through. Anyway, we have the agenda ready, but traditionally, like it's kind of a new, fresh tradition. If anybody has anything to mention or something super important to say before we dive into the agenda and start going through all the things, please raise your voice now and tell us what you have. If it's a super duper big, important, major, last-minute update. If there's nothing, we're just going to go one by one, and things are going to come to light anyway. I hope people on the channel are watching us. Madalina, can you make sure that if we have something happening on IRC, we know what's going on?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so from last week, we had one action item for Madalina and myself, and we were to publish the results and action items from Whistler to contributor forum. We have a master thread, so to speak. There's still one or two sub-threads missing there, but we're going to get them in there. Thanks, huge thanks to Joni for creating the first thread with the summaries and so on for the KB discussions and so on. That really helped as well and kind of prepared the stage for us. So we have more now for the community, for everybody. Quick reminder, you can go into that thread, take a look. These are the summaries, they are all linked from there, the summaries of the discussions we had in Whistler, and each discussion has an explanation, you have a link to the notes, you see what was discussed, and also there's some action items there that we're going to prioritize and try to work on, and also each one should have a way for the community members to contribute to those particular action items. So based on that, we're going to have some projects floating around here and there, and we hope that people are going to get involved. Okay, so that's the action item from last week, the big one. We don't have any roundtable items added, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into the contributors of the week, and we have a long list. So thanks to everybody who wrote names down there. From Noah, we have big thanks to Safwan, Orvi, Anush, and Polti for all the fixes for Kitsune in the last few months, and for Polti again for fixing Mozilla.org with SUMO stuff. So indeed, huge thanks to Tim and to the guys mentioned, to Safwan for his work, and Orvi and Anush, from Noah and from all of us as well. Remember that when you see something, the open nature of things around Mozilla and SUMO definitely encourages you to just jump in, report it, and try and fix it if you can. And if you cannot, try to find somebody who can. And we're really counting on your contributions in that respect as well, because, for example, I'm really not a developer. I wouldn't really know how to fix complex things like that. So your skills and your talents are definitely appreciated in that respect. And I got big thanks as well, and Joni gets big thanks as well, and Madalina gets big thanks as well, I would add there, from Noah, for the thread that we posted that I mentioned. Thank you very much, Noah. I would like to thank the Arabic localizers for hitting their goal for their milestone for the top 20 Firefox OS articles. Really well done there. Very good collaboration between our contributors. So thanks for that, and thank you for keeping me updated. And we have Philip nominating Tobias or Tobias. I think Tobias is
Tobias.
Yeah. Tobias. Oh, sorry. There you go. Thank you, Philip. So yeah, for helping again with Elton to get to 100%. So hooray for the German localization, 100%. Awesome result again, guys. Thank you for this. And yeah, that should be, we should be working on keeping that up.
And Tobias, he was also super helpful on the forums. So kudos to that as well. I will mention him again when it's my turn. But yeah, awesome work.
Yep. Thank you very, very, very much. For the development updates, we seem to be missing Kadir in the room. Hopefully he's okay. He's just maybe not online, which happens. Apparently there is life outside of the internet. This could be proof of it. I don't know. We'll have to check later. But we will have development updates as soon as we get them. And there's the platform meeting, unless something changes. But the platform meeting should be happening on Thursday. So I'm going to add the link to the notes here afterwards into the Etherpad. Firefox desktop updates. Mark, it's all yours.
Yep, there's a handful of things. So I haven't been very active in the community over the last week. Some of you maybe know why. I was busy working on other things. But coming with Firefox 40, there's some interesting things, and that's not for another 2 weeks now, but we just to be aware of. There's 64-bit Firefox. There's Windows 10 is going to come next week, next Wednesday next week, and there's a whole Windows 10 UI for Firefox. So that's going to be a big change. A lot of people will probably be upgrading to Windows 10, so probably, I think more so than the 64-bit version, I think we'll probably see a lot of questions about Windows 10 in the forums. So just something to be on top of if you have access to a Windows 10 update. If you're on Windows 8 and you can update, it's probably a good idea to and play around with it and get an idea for what Firefox is like. There's also a Windows 10 preview out there that you can download. You can run in a VM. It's a good idea to do that too. I will be posting about this in the forums. Okay, so yeah, actually in Windows, so somebody just added, Philip just added something about Windows 10. Do you want to? Can you actually? I don't know about this, so can you talk about it, Philip?
Yeah, Windows 10 is making it a little bit difficult to set other browsers as default browsers for the system. Maybe we need a KB article, or just be aware of this change.
Okay. Yeah, we'll look into it.
Yeah, I want to add to that, actually. We do have a KB article in the works, and I think we're talking about putting some kind of interactive elements in it so that the article will let you open up the settings. But I'll post the info to the bug here so you know what's going on.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Another thing, add-on signing. It's coming. It's not going to be fully in effect until 42, but in Firefox 40, users are going to get a warning that they have unsigned add-ons, and it will just warn them, but it won't block them. So something to be aware of as well. And I'll be posting more detailed information about these things on the forums. The last thing to note is built-in tracking protection is coming, not in 40. This is something that's going to be coming, I think 42 or like 42.5. It's going to be one of those. It's not going to come with a. It's going to come in between releases, I think. It hasn't all been. Well, it's kind of developing right now, but it's something to stay on top of. We're going to be doing a big push around this with marketing, so a lot of people are going to be probably asking questions about it, but not anytime soon, but just something to be aware of. It's coming. That's about it for Firefox Desktop this week, and again, I'll be posting in the forums a little bit later today, so look for those.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much, Mark, for these updates. Does anybody have questions or comments around any of this? Okay, is anybody excited about Firefox Windows 64? Yay. Also, I'm actually, to be honest, personally, I'm just going to drop this here. I think Windows 10 is going to be a big thing because it's kind of a forced update. Like, there is no way to, like, you cannot just say, no, I don't want it. So we'll probably see a big spike in just the number of people going like, what's going on? So yeah, this is going to be probably like Code Yellow or something. But yeah, somebody's going to bear the brunt of this, I guess, as well, because they're the ones forcing it down, not for us. Cool. Okay, so for Firefox Android and iOS and Thunderbird, we don't have Ron in the room, so no updates as of now. He's probably roaming France right now. But yeah, if you have any updates or if you have any questions about any of these, please do drop them in the Etherpad, and we'll use them for the Friday blog post as well. So there's going to be more updates about this. Unless somebody has anything to add right now, we can move over to the community section. Nothing to add from anybody? Good. So for the community, this has been posted today, a bit earlier. And thank you, Mark, for retweeting it already to your millions of followers. This is awesome. More visibility for us. What we're trying to do, quick thing. We're just trying to make a fun video inspired by one of our community members from Slovenia. They had a video promoting Firefox, a very silly, funny video made just on their own. Kind of in-house production. And we want to do something similar, but we want to make it actually as global as possible. So what we did is we posted this on the blog, and what we're expecting users and Mozillians and SUMO members to do is, if possible, record a very short 2 to 5 second video. It can be a bit longer or shorter. I mean, well, shorter would be too short probably, but 2 to, let's say, 10-second video. The smaller the better, because it's going to be a smaller file and easier for us to work with. But we want a video of people, of users not being happy with their computers, generally being annoyed, facing an issue, and you can do it in a very funny way, you can do it in an interesting way, something silly, something nice, something obviously problematic with your computer happening, and we want you to record that reaction video, so to speak, which we're going to use in a bigger video that we hope to put together in the coming weeks or months, depending on the amount of stuff we're going to get from you, of course. This is definitely a crowdsourced video, so it all depends on community contributions and random bystander contributions as well. So if you want to record your pet having a problem with a computer, that's great. If you want to record your friends or family or random strangers having problems with computers, with their consent, of course, please do that. And send them our way. So all the details are in the blog post. If you have any questions, we're going to start a thread on the forums about it as well. And if you have any questions right now, ask away.
Do we have like an example video that people can look to?
That's a very good point, and I don't think we do. But this is a very good action point action item for me to find a video, and I'm going to add it to the blog and in the discussion thread as well.
Awesome.
I may be recording an example video, but that would probably look very silly. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so that's the point. Thanks, Mark. Okay. Knowledge base, Joni.
Oh, actually, we skipped Firefox OS, so I'll go through that really quickly.
Sure.
So yeah, no problem. So there's a blog post posted last week. Basically, the next major release is going to be 2.5, and it's out in November. So it's going to be more customizable and hackable, and it will need your help, the community's help. So check out the blog post. And for the knowledge base, we have KB Day coming up on Thursday, and we need your ideas for themes. Right now we're tied, so we need a tiebreaker. And I won't tell you which one it is, because I want you to vote on what you think we should prioritize. We're also planning to set up a KB planning team. So if you want to be involved in that, we have a few people interested. And if you want to go and join the team, please use that same survey as well. Also, finally, Nihal and I have been talking about locale free screenshots for a while. So last Friday, I tried to put one together, and I wanted to get your opinion. It's just replacing the text with X's. So let me know if you think that does not look intuitive, or if like X's mean something bad in your country. Definitely let me know. And that's it.
Okay, that's kind of just a very quick piece of feedback, and of course this is just more of a joke from my side. I hope it kind of looks like it was redacted by some kind of a secret agency, or people are trying to censor things. At least there's no other text, so it's actually very contextual. You just know it should be text on the button. It doesn't have bits and pieces just redacted, so that's really cool.
It might not work. It might not work for all screenshots. If there were icons that were recognizable, maybe it'd work better. But
for the locale-free stuff, can we do emojis?
Hey, we can experiment with that.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, but then again, some gestures in some countries are not nice as well.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems to be a pretty universal form of communication at this point. Might be funny to just see what it looks like.
That would be actually quite an interesting challenge. We could have a locale, which is just emojis, and then people can localize articles into emojis. That would be quite interesting. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, Joni, for this. Okay, Eltenan. So 2 things for Eltenan. We have talked with Matthias Horvath, who's the lead developer for Pontoon, and Pontoon is this tool that's used for certain sections of Mozilla for localization in context, as in on the site. So you simply go to the site that you want to localize, you click a button, and then you start localizing the text you see into your language, and you just save it on it, and then it gets updated. There's a whole backend working, of course, secretly and invisibly. But generally, it's a great tool to make localization of websites much, much easier contextually, because you really don't have to look things up anywhere. You kind of see where things are, if they fit, and so on. And this tool, we discussed it with Matthias and Kadir. We are going to try and test it for SUMO in a month, more or less. Why in a month? Because right now they're very busy rolling it out and implementing it for Mozilla.org. So once this implementation is actually done and in place and stable and everything works, that's going to be a good testing ground, of course, for us to know, because if something is good for Mozilla.org, it should be good for us. Plus, SUMO may have a few technical requirements that Mozilla.org does not have, so adapting Pontoon to the sites that we have is definitely possible. That's something we discussed with Matthias, and he said that it just requires work on their side to figure out how to make things fit, all the pieces of the puzzle. But it's definitely possible, and we're going to have a discussion with Mike and with Kadir and with Matthias again after the Mozilla.org rollout to make sure we can do this. There's a bug linked in the Etherpad that's going to be the tracking bug for this, and you will see all the updates there. So if you're interested, you can CC yourself on this. And we don't know which locales yet, how we're going to try and roll it out, but there's definitely going to be a small testing period as well to see simply how it's going to work. If you are worried about verbatim going away, from what I know, verbatim and Pontoon can happily coexist. So we may not be removing verbatim as an option to localize elements on the site. We just want to make sure that there's parity between them and that they share the same information and that they don't break each other in any way. But we will, if Pontoon works out for us, we're going to try to make this the primary tool for localizing the SUMO site elements, the UI, and so on, and the Get Involved page, for example. Because that tool has definitely the same set of features, more or less, as verbatim at this stage, plus with the in-context localization is going to be much, much nicer and easier for people to just get into localizing straight away. Okay, so that's the Pontoon part. And for the templates as well, this is something we've been doing for a while, but every time we get there, then Kadir does a check in the database, and there's still something mysterious popping up. Like recently we discovered templates broken in Belarusian, which is actually not enabled. It hasn't been enabled for a while in SUMO. But we figured out what the issue there was, and hopefully that's going to be fixed right now. By the end of this week, hopefully Mike will be able to flip the switch on a feature that's going to block template title edits. And then templates are going to be simply error-proof. So it won't be possible for anybody to just break templates, and we're going to hopefully through this address the counter issue for templates as well. We'll see how this is going to work out again. I'm just going to wait for Kadir and Mike to get back to me this week about that. That's the LTNN update. Sorry for just getting so long and winded about Pontoon, but this is really exciting because it will be a really cool tool to have. So if you have any questions right now, go for it. Otherwise, I'm going to pass the stick to Madalena.
Any questions? No. Okay. Then I'll start. So for the support forum, I just want to say hello to a few awesome new people who have been very active lately. And I'll take them one by one. Smogva, he has been super active on Thunderbird, so hello and welcome to our amazing Thunderbird community. Banban is from France, and he has been helping on the English forums, which is very much appreciated, so hello Banban and welcome. Siddharth Bandari, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Siddharth, he's actually from Nepal, Kathmandu. Which is a bit crazy considering they're just recovering from an earthquake. So welcome and thank you so much for helping out on the forum. You are great. Then we have Floriano JM. He's active on the Brazilian forums. I don't know how to say that in Brazilian Portuguese, but obrigado. I think that's the way to do it. Then we have Kushagra and Prem Krishna Shenoy. They're both from India, so welcome, guys. Thank you so much for contributing. Tobias, who has already been nominated as Contributor of the Week, so great stuff. Tobias, he's from Germany and also helping on the English forum, so welcome, Tobias, and thank you so much. Then we have another Brazilian, Otelinha Fio. Again, I hope I pronounced that correctly, who's active on the Brazilian forums. And finally, but of course not last, Adriel. I don't know anything about Adriel yet. But again, Adriel, welcome, and thank you so much for contributing. And Michal, you have a quick idea.
I just wanted to drop something because, you know, you just mentioned that Siddharth is from Kathmandu, and I'm like, whoa, I mean, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And I think, can we just highlight people, like we don't really necessarily need everybody to give us their personal private data and photos and all the details about their life. That's not the way we roll. But if somebody is living, I don't know, like super far to the north or super far to the south, or in some kind of great place, or lives on top of a volcano, or, you know, lives very high somewhere like in the mountains, we should totally try and highlight this and just show how diverse. Yeah, let's figure out how to do it, but I think it would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Actually, like all the information that I have is from the profile, so maybe we can do something in the profile themselves. Anyway, so this is it. If you see any of these people or like any new people, please say hello and make them feel welcome to our great family. And once again, guys, thank you so much for participating, and I hope you're having fun on SUMO.
And thanks to Michael for being an awesome ambassador and just saying hi to everybody who's coming in. This is really cool as well.
Yeah, exactly. Michael, you're
okay. So it's, oh yeah, do we have anything on IRC happening there? Anybody asking about anything? I don't think so. Okay, so yeah, let's wrap it up then. Remember, we have a blog. Remember, we have a Twitter account. Keep posting, keep tweeting, keep being in touch. We will see you soon. Thursday should have the platform meeting. We'll check with Kadir if it's happening. And that's about it. So this is the last minute moment when people can just jump in, type in something into the Etherpad, into the chat box, or on IRC. You still have like a minute for receiving live feedback or anything. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up and see you soon.
Heather
Or see you
says go SUMO. So go SUMO.
Yeah, but go where? Sorry. Yeah, but then we're going to disperse. Okay, I mean, we are distributed. Okay, yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, yeah, I'm usually very picky about words, sorry. So that will be it then. Hopefully we're going to see you on Thursday. Other than that, we're going to see you online. Thank you very, very much for attending and dropping all the updates and asking questions and being here at this time. And we will see you soon.
Have a great day, guys, and the rest of the week. Bye.
Take care.